So my name is Chris Glaittli, and I like clothes. I don't know what it is exactly ever since I was a younger kid. Maybe it was back when I needed the latest in back-to-school style in early 2000s, but clothes have always resonated with me more than anything else. When I was about a sophomore in college, I made the goal of mine to become the editor-in-chief of GQ. I religiously read that magazine, and I just felt like those writers and I could be best friends if they ever came to Logan, because there's no way I was going to go to New York City on a college budget. That just wasn't going to happen. Of course, GQ wasn't totally to blame. The media that I was watching also contributed for my love for fashion. Television shows like Ugly Betty took the eliteness of fashion and turned it to a possible future for an unlikely candidate like myself to get into. Of course, so when I was a sophomore in college, after a Twitter conversation between my friend Marley and I, we decided to make our first magazine. We both loved fashion. I'm not sure what the Twitter conversation was, probably about how much I hate sweats on campus, but that's another topic to discuss. But after that, we decided to make our first magazine. We took all of our friends and begged our friends to be in photo shoots and videos, and we wrote articles for the first time, and after a couple months, we published our first online magazine. We called it Half and Half, a half men's and half women's style magazine. You see, to Marley and I, we fully believed that it was interesting how fashion really didn't have a definition to it. We were seeing men wearing skirts and women wearing tuxedos on the runway, and yet society just seemed so much against it. And even to our surprise, we were celebrating it, and we loved it, and we just felt it was time for a fashion merger. It's been a few months now, and Marley is happily married, and I am still here. And even though the logo has changed and the platform has changed, and I got a brand new business Gmail account and the website and everything, the mission still remains clear, which is to celebrate the unique style of every individual that I can possibly find. It's been so amazing to be a part of this. This all started a couple months ago since the revival. It's only been a few months now, and it all started with gathering a bunch of my friends together and meeting in this parking lot in Salt Lake City, Utah. And we took a bunch of photos and a bunch of videos, and then if you can imagine, I just had this hard drive of photos and videos, and I had no idea what to do with it, zero clue. So I just started posting, and people started to love it. And then in December, I started my first webisode series. I called it Ho Ho No, and I put it on Facebook, and I just invited my friends, and we talked about style and fashion, and we laughed and we joked, but it was just so much fun because not only was I doing what I was talking about what I loved, which was style, but I was inviting my friends to be a part of it with me, and I loved every single second of it. And my latest project, of course, it was in February. We called it the Pink Perception. This is just when magazines were obsessed with this color called Tumblr Pink, which really is just pink with a fancy name on it, to be completely honest. But I wanted to do a photo shoot of it, and it was still the dead of winter, so you can't have a photo shoot outside without freezing, because, Utah. And so I used my business account, my brand new one. I emailed a venue in Salt Lake City, and I told them half and half story, and they loved it, and they gave me this place for a fraction of the cost. And then it's just a matter of inviting my friends to do this photo shoot together, and we had so much fun. The real fun, though, was the fact that these were my friends from college and high school and my childhood and work, and we all were wearing pink, and we just were able to have so much fun taking these photos, but also they were getting to know one another and following each other on Instagram, and it was just so much what I loved. I knew this is what I wanted to do. I was even lucky enough to get my little sister to come to the photo shoot and get her pretty self in pink, and it was so much fun because we're adopted. We're not related in any way, shape, or form, but if the blood thing doesn't do it, our love for style definitely makes us related, so we had a lot of fun with that. The reason behind that why I'm doing this, I know a lot of people just say it's just clothes, Chris, what's the point? But it's what I love to do. We live in a society nowadays that doesn't celebrate our differences. It's just the way the world is working, and that doesn't seem quite right to me. I wanted Half and Half to be a place where anyone, literally anyone, could come and celebrate their style and feel like it's a safe place to explore themselves and celebrate the unique differences that all of us share. Whatever your passion or style, whatever your passion is, mine is clothes, so it certainly doesn't have to be that. I may have too much of an obsession for it, but whatever your obsession, whatever your passion, goals, or aspirations are, what I'm hoping is that you'll be able to tailor it and make it into something that'll not only continue to do what you love, but also to bring people together in any way, shape, or form. And maybe with some help of my blog and my website, feel free to check it out, you'll look really good while you're doing it. Thank you.